Good morning, or whatever time you're watching this. This is going to be presentation 2 for LAN. It was just a little script we had to do to explain all that. So I did this little if-else loop. The purpose of it is you type a number and it will tell you whether it's even or odd. I mean, or just whatever you say it, but that's what I have going on here. I was over at Arkansas Tech last year, and I learned this in my C++ class using modulus right here. And honestly, I thought it would never be used, but perfect time to use it here, show off how great modulus is. Pretty much I just have my variable, which is number here, for me to type it in with the read host. I type in whatever, enter number is what I have. Then it goes to the loop, the if, so it gets the number, with the modulus right there. If it's even, which is divided by 2, then it'll say the number is even. And if it's odd, then it will go to the else loop. So pretty much, you can click play or F5. I like clicking F5. Let's see. Alrighty, sorry about that. I figured out that I was not run as administrator, so that is why it was not working. Alright, so let's just go ahead and clear that up. So pretty much all we do is run it, and then it's enter a number we could type. 1, click enter, the number's odd, and of course I've got the colors just to make it look better, make it look nice and pretty. Okay, 2, the number is even. 5, that should be odd, right? Okay, the number is odd. So that's pretty much what I've got. But it could be any number. It doesn't have to be that. We could just type in a random number like that. It should say the number is odd. So there's that. I mean, I could have gone in depth if I remember how. I know that you can actually, in a Visual Studio, back whenever I was in that programming class, I keep entering stuff and then exit whenever you're done. We kind of made like a menu kind of thing. I think it was for a taco truck. But I don't quite remember that. That was a year ago. But, I mean, pretty much just simple. Just type whatever number without the dash. Or the O. Right number there. Number's odd. If we do type in a dash, or not letters, I'm typing a dash, see what happens. Yeah, it gives us that. But it works perfectly fine with any number. That's pretty much it.
Alright, my name is Luke Hill. This is the project for the second project for LAN. Okay, so what I was trying to do originally is I wanted to change the title name and the title color, like right up here. Like if it showed black, it would be black. If it showed blue, it would be blue. Show red, red. I don't think that's really possible. Everything else is mostly color. You're going to change in here, not up here. So all the extensive stuff I was trying to do, I found this. This is cool. So you can open up a PlayWave, or using PlayWave, you can open up your media player and play music inside of this. Now that's cool and all, but like who cares? I mean, you could really just open up a Windows media player and play it. So anyway, if you run the script, whatever you have in here, it's going to play. Now I haven't figured out how to stop it though without shutting this thing down. So that's kind of iffy, but it's kind of cool. I mean, if you want to play music, I guess through PowerShell for whatever reason, you can do it this way. I don't know. Who knows? But you have to shut it down. Or there's another way for Control C or something. There's some C way or whatever to do it. Anyway, so this is what I wanted to do. Now, okay, so when I first started this, it was pretty, yeah, it was a hectic challenge to try to figure this out. I mean, I went through so much extensive looking and research just to find how to, how to just change names and stuff. So here we go. So here's where it started. Like, I was trying to make it colored, not this part. This is just for, reference. Anyway, for this part right here, so this host UI raw UI dot window title equals, those exclamation and the color. That changes this up here. But this right here, foreground black, all that does is change everything inside of here. So as you can see, I tried so many different ways to get that thing to work. Green, green, red, green. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. And then I tried this way. Found some prefix way where you can use a prefix interval. Intervals work in milliseconds, which makes that thing just go. And it's very hard to get even 1 second or 2 seconds or 3. For some reason, like, even if you try to make it 5 seconds or 3 seconds, it doesn't. It makes it way longer, shorter. Half the time, it wouldn't even do half of the pass. It would just run it through like as quick as it can. And this works off the system runtime. And I found this. Tried to work on it this way to see maybe you can do it, because you got to enable stuff, make it true. All the functions and all the stuff. This is a pain in the butt right here. So that didn't work out for me. So then when I kept going, I found the host UI raw UI win command, and that's literally what I used to keep this to go. This is the other way. So the prefix right here, so prefix means this in a sense. I can't figure out why, but it does. That's what that means. And you can put this and then interval that. This command didn't work. And I tried so many. The wild true do, that doesn't really work for me. Until I got to this way of doing it. So, okay, let me run this. So we got watch up here, and this is what this is doing. Now, the command right here, this is what changes that window, this command. All right, the do, start, sleep, S, that makes that in seconds, 3. That'll make this run for that many seconds. And then until determines, again, the path of true or false. And then until really is just going to run that until it needs to run that. And then until this, that. So at first I couldn't get this to loop the way it's doing right there. So it's going to continuously keep going. And at first I didn't have the for each in there because I didn't understand this thing. I mean, it took somebody actually tried to help me out with this part. But the for each with this and that I and in and all these little numbers, that's what runs that thing. Now I think they might have set that to 10, and that's going to run to 10. I wanted it to run continuously, but then I was like, well, actually I wanted to run and then stop at a certain time. Now this is cool, I guess, for PowerShell. I'd imagine you can write a code in for like another program if you want maybe a message up here. Now again, if you do this host RE, all this, whatever you put in these parentheses is going to show up here. So when I first did it, I was trying to get, okay, so pretty much this is just it. This is the whole thing. That's it. And I'm trying to get it where you don't have to do this whole copy, paste, put these in between these lines, and I'm trying to make it across. And now what I think would happen of how you would do it that way is use this host. I mean, you might have to use some type of text or explain it a little more, but I'd imagine you use brackets and then put some exclamation marks. Like if you want, yeah, so you'd have to exclamation mark the, exclamation mark, comma, exclamation mark, whatever word you want here, exclamation mark, comma, and then bracketed everything. Sorry, I didn't do that right. Exclamation mark, comma, or yeah, exclamation mark, and then bracketed in. I imagine that might make that do that. But every time I tried with these brackets, I never tried the exclamation mark in between it. But every time I tried that, yeah, it would just not. I mean, it would run it all across here, every word that was inside of those brackets, just right across. Or it would just give me massive amounts of errors. So I finally, figured this out where this would happen. So yeah, if you want to use this to change that, which is cool. I mean, it loops now. Now I have it continuously looping, which that for each is the way to do it. A lot of times, or the amount of time I spent trying to figure this out, my God, I couldn't get it to loop. Like, I thought you'd put, like, repeat script or something like that. Something down here. Like, the way I think it'd be more simple. But I guess the for each is how they're saying it that way. So for each, whatever's inside this entire command, it's going to run, I think, 10 times. I think that's what that 1 through 10, 10, 10, 10. And you can do continuous. I mean, yeah, I talked to the guy and he said you could just do it continuous. Or girl. I don't know if it's a guy or girl. So But yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I also found that you can open up a um, like a movie player through here. There's another command that I don't know where it is exactly. I got it somewhere, but there's another command too where you can open up PowerShell movie, watch a movie through PowerShell. I'm not sure why you would. It's like the music thing that was cool to find, but why would you? So, but that's all I want to do. And then, like I said, I was trying to make this colorful. That would have been cooler, but I couldn't really do that. And then I noticed looping too inside of PowerShell isn't really what I'm doing. When I read the word loop, I thought loop like, this is a loop. It keeps continuously looping around over and over. Loops are a little different inside of PowerShell than what I thought it was. But I don't know. I thought that was cool that I could do that, and if anyone ever wanted to, that's literally how you do it. So, but thank you. And that's all I got.
Alright, I just did this, but I forgot to change the mic, so it didn't pick up any voice. So, I'm just going to do a simple if-else statement. Do this. And our if statement would be if I is equal to do right host. We'll say that it's true. We'll make that green. Close it. We could do else, our else statement. We'll say that's false. We'll make it blue. So if this is equal to what's in here, it'll come back green. If it's not, then it'll come back blue. So we can try that. And it's true because they're both 6. Now if we change, let's say 5, it'll come back blue because it's not equal. We can also do, let's do if I is less than, let's do 8. Do right host. Make it dark yellow. You can do the same with greater than. We can do like 4. We can also make that dark yellow. Close it. Let's run it. And there we go.
Okay, so one problem that I've run into several times during my past few years, especially making texture packs for games, is that textures sometimes need to be renamed, be cut out of things. And it produces something like this. You've got a whole bunch of files that have a similar naming scheme. And, it's not so bad for 6, but if you have 50, you've got to change the names on every single file. And that's time consuming. So what I started doing was using a PowerShell line of code, and I've expanded that out into a script. So how I do it, let's hit run script here. It runs it. What directory do I wish to work in? Well, the directory I've got this put into is e:"win. I'll type e:"win. And what do I wish to replace? Well, the thing that's common to all these is there's a dot. But if I get just the dot, it's also going to get rid of this. So I need to get the dot and then a space. So dot and then a space. What do I want to replace it with? I'm trying to get rid of the dot, so just put one space. Enter. And then it's going to say, you're going to use space to replace dot and then a space in the file names. Do I wish to proceed? I do. So hit yes, and then enter. All occurrences of the string dot space have been replaced with space. And you can see that it's gone. If I want to run this in reverse, run the script again. I want to work in e:"win. I'm going to replace space with dot and then a space. Yes. And of course, if I screw something up, say I'm working in e:"win, and I want to replace dot and then a space, then I replace it with a space, but then I decide, no, actually, I don't want to do that, then I can say no changes will be made, and nothing will happen. And I would actually use this script on a regular basis. I'm going to save this and write it down as a scripting element. So I originally saved it as test. I don't have scripting enabled on the system. You got to enable that. But name change script. Save. Okay. And that is that.